What is going on, everybody? Depraved Slasher here. We are back to normal.
Somewhat.
Kind of.
What counts as normal for us?
I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are
HellaDepraved.
And of course, we had to start off our first actual normal weekend reaction with the heavily requested Krishna OG. Now,
we're excited about this.
For those of you that have been patient enough and understood that we were only doing spooky songs, we thank you. To those of you that weren't patient enough and didn't take the time to understand that we were only doing spooky songs, we still love you, but shame on you.
And now...
And here we are.
Here you go. Yes.
We're here. So, with that being said, it is time.
It's time. Finally.
Slash it up and break it down. We are on Savage Guy's channel.
Oh, good. Okay.
With the English subtitles. This is... I'm actually completely skipping over on everything. We're going to react to this if you guys have already seen it. If not...
They have. Trust me, they have. Oh, yeah.
Click the link in the description below. Hop on over, do all the things, come on back. And we say that because we're a commentary, reaction, breakdown comedy channel. What that means is we will pause for any and or all of the above. Ladies and gentlemen, we are finally here. This is Krishna with OG.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
She's playing under my blanket.
Kalamka presents Og.
Oh, I like that tune.
Woo!
Yeah, words from an OG. And I rail in these cold streets. Yeah, words from an OG. पैसे का क्या फायदा when you die lonely. Yeah, words from an OG. अपने खास रखो closely. Yeah, words from an OG. हार मत मानना चाहे हो जाए जो भी.
So pretty.
Already out the gate.
Where's this been?
He's like, what good is all the money when you're gone?
When you die lonely. I mean, and then that's not even when you're gone. That's when you're alone. In the process of, yeah. Wow. His singing. I love this. I also like that this is personal.
Right.
You know, it's not a diss track.
People are
it's
listening
not
to us. Oh. And I love it.
Right. Just for
Actually,
us.
Christmas probably never seen one of our reactions.
No, but this is the kind of stuff that we like the most. I shouldn't say just like, because we like the rest of his stuff too, but this is the stuff that we like the most.
Yeah, words from an OG. हार मत मानना चाहे हो जाए जो भी. सच बोलूं तो I'm tired of this rap shit. गाना लिखूं फिर सोचूं ना let me scrap this. Doubt आता मुझे अपने ही skill पे पर रखता हूँ दिल में क्योंकि मिलते नहीं answers. कभी कभी लगे that I'm burning out but I keep on going cause I've started earning now. और ठंडा है दिमाग cold मेरा दिल. At least if I go then they know I was real. इतने सारे लोगों की अपेक्षा है मुझ पे. बोझ जैसा क्यों लगने लगा मेरे कंधों पे. पहले ऐसा टाइम आना भी एक सपना था. आज सोचूं ये टाइम क्यों देखा मैंने सपनों में. थक गया हूँ मैं प्रूव कर करके. That I can fucking rap मिले views मर मर के. ये इंडस्ट्री है फेक साथी बने पल भर के. पर हाथी जैसे याद रखी मैंने सबकी कसमें. I'll be honest I'm just so sick. Sometimes I wish I was prospecting 06 जब सपने थे. दोस्त मेरे अपने थे आंखों में थी चमक. Now depression is a bitch. होती
That hits hard because and this can be said for so many artists. It's not just Krishna.
Right.
But like when you're just starting out,
everything's great.
The whole world's in front of you.
Right.
And you find people to ride with that you're close with. And everybody's just doing their thing. Everybody's doing it for the love.
In your eye.
And like you want to make money from it, but at the same time, like there's a passion to it.
Right.
And you're really rapping about your actual struggles. But
it's also just fun. It's kind of like a party atmosphere because you're just coming into the scene. Everyone's excited about the newcomer. And then you start gaining traction and people start getting jealous or there starts being backstabbing.
Money starts to change things.
Right.
And it's
unfortunate that, yeah, Sorry, our kitten's getting
Give us
banned.
1 second.
Sorry,
All right.
guys.
Yeah, we weren't gone for long for you guys. Had to kick the cat out of the room. That's why
Yeah.
the door's closed. So, as I was saying, like, money starts to get involved, and it's not even just with your friends, it's with labels too.
Right.
And fans start demanding more, and like, we want more, we want
Right.
more, we want
more
more.
of this.
And
It has to sound like this. You
a
have
lot
to
of
keep-
times, it can make an artist start to feel like they just have to do it to please
Right.
everyone.
Right.
As opposed, and of course, they're also losing the friendships that they built because money's gotten in the way.
Time,
Whether it's because
Yeah.
of the artist or because of
the fame.
the person
The
that
person.
has an issue with you
Right.
because you gained money.
But there's also
and-
the time. Like, a lot of
Right.
time, you spend so much time touring, this, that, and that, you lose contact. Obviously, jealousy is always a major problem. But so people get into music and other art type things because they're the creative type. Problem is, when you're told what you need to create, it kind of creates a block.
Right.
It works completely against everything. So labels telling you what you have to do is one thing. But then you do get fans that are like, no, I only like this version of you. I don't want you to write this other type of music. And again, being famous, a lot of people are people pleasers to an extent. They do want to please all of their fans. They don't want to lose their fans. They want to make everybody happy, and you can't make everybody happy all the time. You just can't.
So honestly, the most important thing is to do what makes you happy.
Right.
And if they're real fans,
They'll stick with you.
they'll stick with you.
I mean, but this is showing that the problem that often happens is artists internalize it. And then they get hit with major depression, major bouts of, like, is this where I really want to be and what I really want to be doing? And it's just sad. Like, I'm one of those people that if you like an artist and what they're doing in their life as a person, just support them, whatever they want to do. If you no longer like their music, cool. Move on. But don't stress them out about it, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
थे दोस्त मेरे अपने थे आंखों में थी चमक नाउ डिप्रेशन इज अ बिच होती उनसे बात 6 महीने में एक बार टाइम निकला जैसे लाइफ है एक रेस कार सेव द मोमेंट जिंदा रखो ख्वाब अपने और खास लोगों को खास कर रखो पास अपने Yeah, words from an OG When I nail in these cold streets Yeah, words from an OG पैसे का क्या फायदा when you die lonely Yeah, words from an OG अपने खास रखो closely Yeah, words from an OG हार मत मानना चाहे हो जाए जो भी इस कला को दिया है मैंने बहुत कुछ शायद देने को बचा नहीं है और कुछ शायद और लिखूं तो नजर आएगा और तो I'm scared of myself I'll just end up being more shook See I'm telling you now पहले करो rise then they're tearing you down You used to be the best tell me where are you now अगर गाना ना बनाओ will I be letting you down Tell me ये पल नहीं जाने वाला शायद आज है पर कल नहीं आने वाला पहले इच्छा थी मिले कोई जानने वाला आज सोचूं पहचान न ले सामने वाला फिर भी लिखने से मिलता है सुख और इस सुख में निकाले मैंने कुछ दौर मैं तो छोड़ भी ना पाऊं अगर छोड़ना भी चाहूं सिवाय रैप के तो अब मुझे आता भी ना कुछ और ये ना खेल नो ESPN Life is what you make it word to SPM हारना ना सीखा तो मानता डिफीट नहीं सोचूं इतनी दूर आया रुकना भी ठीक नहीं आपका धन्यवाद इस सफर पे दिया साथ अगर किया सफर then it's sorry from my heart savor the moment जिंदा रखो ख्वाब अपने और खास लोगों को खास कर रखो पास अपने Yeah, words from an OG When I nail in these cold
I really like this.
I do too. It's probably
The singing
again,
is beautiful.
one of my favorite Christian songs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And honestly, so that whole verse was basically like he's having a lot of times where he just feels like his heart's not in this anymore.
Right. And it's in the rap. Like he said, writing still gives him joy.
Right. And then he ends it with like he even said like even if he wanted to quit, it's not like he can do anything else.
Right. This is all he knows.
Because this is all he knows. Which M actually had a very similar bar.
That's what I was thinking, that this reminded me a lot of one of M's songs.
I don't remember what song it was.
Not sonically, but again, it's
content-wise.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that a lot of famous people feel this. It's also the whole, you know, he used to wish somebody would recognize him, and now he wishes that most people wouldn't. Like, you do lose that anonymity when you become famous.
Right.
So people scrutinize every detail of your lives,
and honestly, there are some people that can handle that.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a specific mindset to be able to deal with people always in your business.
Being intrusive.
And being intrusive. I think I would have the mind for it. Because, honestly, it really takes an I don't give a fuck attitude. Like, I mean, obviously you still need to be kind to people. You still want to be that person that people look up to.
Right.
But at the same time, you kind of just got to be like, I don't care at the same time. Because, like, if people
like
are going to...
iced tea. Ice cold facts.
Right.
Right.
Like you gotta learn to be able to speak your mind.
Shrug
You're gonna piss some people off. You're not gonna be able to please everybody all of the time. And be you.
So I guess from my perspective, could we handle it? Yeah. Would we want to? Not necessarily. And that's the two-sided part of it is I wouldn't want to have to deal with it all the time, and that's just because I'm such an introvert. I just...
Well, to be fair.
Wouldn't want to.
To be fair, we're so introverted, we wouldn't give people enough time to really be invasive.
That's also true.
I mean, we're
not out and about.
We order our groceries. We don't even go grocery shopping. Right. Like, we don't go... Like, we go out once a month to go see a movie, maybe.
That's only... We've only seen 2 movies in the 2 years we've been together because of COVID, too.
Right.
So we're not talking, like... This is not a thing.
It's a Marvel movie too, by the way. Like that's
for him.
It's mainly for me because we do the Marvel podcast.
Right.
But other than that, we really don't leave. When your mom was in town, we did.
Yeah, but that
quite
was
a bit,
for her.
But we were showing you around too, really, because you hadn't been anywhere.
Yeah, but it was. Would I have been? I'm the type that I had my choice.
Right.
But I would have been just fine with hanging out with my mom here for the long weekend. But that, again, it wouldn't be entertaining for her, and I know that. And I do need to see a couple places in the place I live, you know.
And I think that's the biggest hurdle famous people have to deal with. Famous people love to go out and do things.
A lot of famous people are extroverts.
Right. They like to go out.
It doesn't sound like Krishna is, but
party.
A lot of people that are introverts still enjoy doing things. I am not one of them. Pretty much all of the stuff I enjoy doing, I do from the house. Crafting, writing, reading.
We order everything we want offline. I buy everything digitally, movies, video games, entertainment, music.
Now, would I love a good bookstore? Yes.
We have one close, actually.
I would, yeah. No,
You're not allowed in.
I'm not allowed in. That's part of the problem. So, like, I use Kindle Unlimited right now. I also am trying to start doing reviews so that I can get arcs of books ahead of time, stuff like that. But I cannot afford to go. Like, even where I'm a millionaire, I could not afford to go in bookstores. I am terrible at that's my one shopping problem. The rest of it, not so much. I'm not interested. There's a couple things that, you know, if I don't know, I felt more adventure spirited, would be nicer to buy in store, but honestly, I'm not. So we don't. And we just do without. That's pretty much how it works.
Yep.
Pass apne. Yeah, words from an OG. Then I rail in these cold streets. Yeah, words from an OG. Paise ka kya fayda when you die lonely. Yeah, words from an OG. Apne khas rakho closely. Yeah, words from an OG. Haar mat manna chahe ho jaye jo bhi. Yeah, words from an OG. Then I rail in these cold streets. Yeah, words from an OG. Paise ka kya fayda when you die lonely. Yeah, words from an OG. Apne khas rakho closely. Yeah, words from an OG. Haar mat manna chahe ho jaye jo bhi.
I love how he even makes the Hindi rhyme. I think it's Hindi. I'm sorry if it's not, guys. Rhyme with the English.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's so talented. And honestly, here's my stance on things. I want the people that I look up to and that I love as artists to be happy. If that means that they need to step away for a while I will miss new music from them, if it helps them in the long run, I'm all for it. So when they come back on the scene, if they come back on the scene, I'll be there to see what their new stuff is. I'm that type of fan. Put your mental health first.
At the end of the day, mental health is... I feel something in today's day and age that is not taken care of properly by so many people.
Right.
We now live in a day and age where most companies want you to work more.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to work 50, 60, 70 hours a week.
Now,
in the entertainment business, labels want you to pump out music, go on tour.
right. Not just an album every 2 years or so, but
Right.
every 6 months would be better.
But they want you to go on tour, and I'm not just saying concert tours. There's other tours, like going to meet and greets.
Right.
Things like that. And I feel like it is really easy for people to get caught up in all of that and not realize that their mental health is deteriorating before it's too late.
Right. You're losing yourself in the burnout.
Right. I think it's so easy to get burnt out on things nowadays.
I mean, so what I was going to say is before we had labor laws, people were expected to work during any light hours and sometimes past then. So we can't necessarily say that we're expected to work more. I think what part of the problem is first of all, no matter which way you look at it, we still have not achieved a work week that is efficient but also good for rest and mental health. We also promote that the more hours you work is the better you are in terms of like the grind. Like how much you work shows how motivated you are, which honestly is not true. But also with the advent of social media and so on and so forth, we're bombarded with everything all the time. There's no downtime anymore. So it's not just the work week. It's the rise in, economic problems. Like parents from, well, I guess my parents are older than most, but let's say in the 50s, one parent could work, own a house, and still support a family of 4 to 6. Whereas now, 2 parents struggle renting to support the same grouping. So again, we have to take time off, and when we get home, a lot of times we want to check our social media. We want to check things on the internet. We want to watch movies, and we're just not taking a break. So then you get artists that are put into the scene and told that they need to work this much, they need to produce this much. It has to be along this vein, like not necessarily what they want to do, but what the record labels want to see. Their fans start chiming in. I mean, like, so they're just getting more noise from more sectors and then expected to work themselves to the bone, like most people. And then they're not given any privacy afterwards. There's just no like safe, quiet place unless you make one. So again,
Life sucks, but find what you can do to make it enjoyable.
Right. Don't let your dreams die, and keep your special ones close, because that's really what matters in the long run. I loved this. This was so well produced. It was so well put together. the rhyme scheme with the English and the Hindi, just beautiful. Him singing was fantastic, and the message behind this, I think, is really, really important. My heart goes out to him though, that he feels this way.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. All right. So with that being said, if you guys liked the video, slash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below, what did you think of Krishna OG? Also, comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see reacted to. Check the description below for all the things.
Push our buttons. Come join us on our other social media platforms, mostly Twitter if you want a quicker response.
With that being said, we love you guys. Thank you all for watching. Cannot wait to see the brave people later.